All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning, and hopefully you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I am doing great. And yourself? Did you have a good evening?
I did, man. Had a great evening. Can't complain, and having a great morning so far. So hopefully things stay on the good side today. Hope you did as well.
I think from a market perspective, at least, we have every chance that they will. We got some earnings. We still have, I guess, meme land is still open for fun.
And yes, open for business. Yeah.
And yes, the volume's sort of back into the markets. We got lots of economic events. We got things happening, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Speaking of economic events, let's jump right to it. Here is our U.S. economic calendar for today. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah, like I said, lots happening on the everywhere, including the economic calendar. So let's start with everything that just came out at 9:30. Although the markets, 8:30 here, but the markets haven't really reacted that much. We'll start with jobless claims. Came out pretty much right on target. 1.78 million jobless claims was the expectation for the period, which is pretty much exactly the same as the previous month. However, it did come out at 1.794, so slightly higher, which is good for the markets. I guess not good for the economy. But building permits did come out a little bit under forecast. 1.48 million was the forecast. Again, same as last month. And for the month of April, it came out at 1.44, so slightly lower. We also had housing starts, which came out a little bit lower by 50,000, 60,000. Initial jobless claims came out slightly higher. So all of these economic indicators show a slightly cooling economy, which is again what the market's like. So I'm surprised the markets aren't moving up a little bit, but again, maybe because they're so close to the numbers that they're not having that much of an impact. Later on this morning, we do have more numbers coming out. We have at 9:15 some industrial production and capacity utilization numbers. At 10 o'clock, we got a couple of Fed speakers, more at 10:30, more at noon. I didn't even have room to put on my little schedule there. At 3:50 p.m., we've got another speaker, but that's so close to the market close, it will not have an impact. So fair amount happening. No big announcements, no big numbers, but a bunch of small stuff that may in the aggregate cause some market interest. All that being said, I'm watching earnings most closely today because we do have a few earnings from Walmart and others that can sometimes have some impact on the market. So we'll see what comes to that. And I actually haven't even looked yet which one of those have made our gappers list. Well, only a couple. I'll have to talk about a few of them that aren't on the gappers. So we'll get there now.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick look at our gappers list here this morning, guys. We don't have a whole lot. That's actually not supposed to be there, but it's coming.
I like the purple charts. What's that? That's freaking me out. I like it.
We have been spending endless hours with our design team and creating new things. There's a lot of cool stuff coming for the pre-market show. I mean, there's a lot, man. There's new layouts. These are all drafts. I mean, I'll show you guys now, right? This is one of them. This is another. There's so many things. These are not all finished yet, but there's a ton. There's me and you, Peter Big, when you want to show off your Taylor Swift shirt. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff happening, man. This stuff, it takes so much time.
I still have my shirt design in case we ever need it.
I like that. Right, I like that. So a lot of work in the back end. We got a great team of people that's awesome to work together with. Bigger charts, so you see this, you can see the things better. It's not lined up yet, but just a lot going on there. So look forward to that as we continue to make this show a little bit better. But going back to our gappers list here, friends, we have not so much in the green. Walmart is leading the way there. Earnings on that. We'll talk about that in just a second. And leading the gap down, GameStop. So it's the fun over, at least for now. no more Hello Kitty or Roaring Kitty, whatever it is. It's
Roaring.
kind of taking a
Hello,
break
Kitty.
here.
That's
Yeah.
that's different. Just a little
Yeah,
different.
very different. Very different.
That's-
um, but
Anyways,
yeah, let's let's
Hello,
dive
Kitty.
into that. And Control A, Control X going to clean up our watch list here on Dash Trader Pro, which is the platform that we use. So we're going to just clean that up there. X, hold on. Control A, Control X. There we go. And yeah, let's start looking at what we have here. ZTO is the first one on list this morning, guys. So ZTO, gapping up 11.1 right now, 368,000 shares traded. Very light on volume. Cayman, is it for Cayman Islands? Looks like it has it
Yeah.
right on the name, so I would figure.
Yeah, it's a shipping company, not one that we typically follow, but I've mentioned them in passing this week because we've seen earnings from a number of these shipping companies. They're all based in, tax light jurisdictions. CTO here is no exception, based out of the Caymans. Had a good quarter, beat their numbers, which is why they're on the gappers list. Almost universally, these don't trade well. They move, but the moves almost always happen sort of outside of market hours. You can see here, ZTO gapping up. I don't even know how much. What is it gapping up? Like
11%
here. So good move, but I expect when the market opens, it's probably going to be pretty boring.
Yeah, I don't like this one. Let's head to one that will be exciting for today. At least it's showing that right now. It is Walmart. So if you look at Walmart, we are up 6.2 this morning. 2.5 million shares traded. So love to see that type of volume on this stock. Normally does not get that. Again, normally doesn't even trade well. It just really doesn't move. But today, obviously, with earnings, a lot going on here. Peter, fill us in on the latest and greatest on the big guy.
Well, they beat their numbers on the quarter, so top and bottom line was good for them. Record earnings, in fact, in the quarter, and off that basis, they increased their guidance. So they, so it's all good news out of Walmart today, which explains the gap up. Now, I like Walmart. I mean, it can be a good mover with good volume. I personally just struggle with it only because I've been burnt on Walmart a few times, and so I got one of those mental blocks you get with those stocks sometimes. I think we all have them.
Yep.
You've been trading
Yep.
for a while enough, you end up with a couple of stocks that you just don't like. There's no justification for it. It actually moves fairly well, and today's a day for it with the positive news. So we'll see what happens. I definitely think it needs to go on the list. We can set some levels for it because the news seems pretty good. I mean, I like how the analysts they're focusing a lot on Walmart, not only sort of record profits overall, but now they're firmly in the seat as the largest grocer. Remember, Carlos, maybe I'm dating myself, but I remember when Walmart got into groceries and we were like, Walmart groceries? That's not going to work. They're not a grocery store. Well, you know what? They proved that they could do it. They're now the largest grocery store in North America, and add that on top of everything else that they do. So I don't like going to Walmart for groceries, to be honest, but I can't deny that they've got deals, good prices.
Yeah, I never shop groceries, but I've been there to get other things. And if I need like a cereal for the kids, I'll go get a cereal or something, but not like a full blown, hey, let's go shopping groceries just at Walmart. That I have not done. And Walmart's not that bad. Like you see these things I'm getting off track a little bit here, but really quick. You see these pictures online, like, oh, Walmart shoppers, and they show you like these crazy people that go into Walmart and look all out of control. Walmart's not like that. I go there all the time. I'm in there, very early in the morning to avoid the traffic. It is clean. It's nice, So
you need to go to the inner city Walmarts then, or maybe
could be. Maybe I'm in the wrong Walmart. Yeah, it could be. So
I don't know.
I gotta expand, or maybe the time. I just thought about that. I'm always there very early, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. So yeah, it's a 24-hour one, so it's open 24 hours.
Yeah. You go to like the midnight Walmart, you're probably going to see a different crowd. So
I'm gonna have to like Mike F is saying here in chat. I'm gonna stream from Walmart next time. We'll stream from the parking lot. We'll see if we can make that happen, and we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look here, friends. The next one is going to be JD. Is on the list this morning. Good value, 1 million shares traded, but JD has let us down so many times. We get this gap up or gap down. We get the volume, but we just don't get the continuation into the trading day. So not excited at seeing it like this because it just hasn't been trading well. But Peter, anything moving this up? I don't see other Chinese buddies on here, so might just be individual news maybe.
Well, yeah, there's a couple things happening. Well, they have earnings, and there are a couple of Chinese stocks with earnings today. Baidu, for example, is another one that has earnings. Although I noticed it didn't make the gappers. It is gapping down a little bit, but let's see, what is Baidu? I think it's gapping down. Hold on, I've
JD
lost.
gapping up right now, 3.5
Yeah,
more
it's
million
only
shares.
down
Yeah.
1%. That's why. So so that's why Baidu is not on the list. But anyways, so those are the two that I was watching from the Chinese stocks with earnings, and they beat their numbers, defying sort of the economics of China, because we mentioned how the economy's been sluggish. But remember, Baba, they had earnings, yeah, 2 days ago on Tuesday, and sort
Yeah.
of had a mixed picture. But Baidu had a very positive quarter, so they beat their estimates with higher profit, higher sales. So pretty, encouraging for JD. But like you said, Carlos, it is unfortunate they just don't get that sustained volume after the opening bell. So I'm probably still going to keep an eye on them this morning, just in case. I think there's a chance that they might move, and I'd like to be there. I sort of like where they're sitting. I was looking at them a little earlier. I like where they're sitting on the daily. I mean, we're in an area here where they've got a lot of room to the top side here, and if they could break out, they got room all the way to 40, I think, to move. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
it's looking a little stuck here pre-market, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll definitely be on my list.
Yeah, I'll put it on a secondary here, guys. Again, this just always lets me down, but today, again, pre-market looks awesome. Great volume. Maybe today could be the day where they do some fun stuff. CTNT is next. We saw this sometime this week. I can't remember the exact date, but it's on here today again. Actually, maybe 2 3 days ago. Uh,
Yeah.
Up 2.6, 1.2 million shares traded. This thing has all the whistles on here. Not shortable. SSR margins, I believe, 100%. So that means this means reminding Peter, you can only trade it with equity, right? Like if you have 100,000, you can only use 100,000. You can't use buying power, I believe, is what this means, right? It's just kind of the brokers protecting themselves as far as how to risk on here. Interactive brokers, no shares for sure. SSR, I mean, all the red flags on this thing. Do you like this today? I don't.
I do not. I'm surprised to see them gapping up. Yeah, the news was that I think it was just yesterday we were talking about them, or maybe it was Tuesday. I'm not sure, but that they had a secondary offering. They've closed on that secondary offering, but we have to keep. This is a low float, 1.5 million shares in the float. It's not that big of a company, and I don't know. I mean, the price is also lower than I'm generally comfortable with. I always look pre-jump, and like I pointed out last time, this is a $1 stock, so you got to treat it like a $1 stock, and be very suspicious. There's no question it had some moves here, and if you managed your risk right, you could have made some money off of it, but you could also get burned. So just be careful whatever you choose to do. There's nothing new. They've closed that initial offering. Clearly did not hurt them. I don't know. I mean, it looks better than it should, so I'm not sure what to
Yeah.
do with it, to be
Yeah.
honest.
We'll do this. We'll leave it alone, and we'll look at the next one. We'll do DT. DT's on here. It is up 3.1, 276,000 shares traded. It looks pretty bad. I don't see anything great on this one. So yeah, it doesn't look great. What's the float on this? It's actually 274 million, but it just
Yeah,
looks
it's
brutal.
pretty big.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
they had a couple of analyst changes this morning, downgrades actually on their price. So I'm surprised to see them. But interesting, they downgraded their price, but all into the $60 range, which, as you can see, is well above the current price. So maybe it just brought some attention back to it. But they did have earnings after the close yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. So that's probably why or was it even? They had earnings. When were their earnings? No, it wasn't. It was pre-market yesterday. That's why we were talking about them. Anyways, probably a second day play. You got to look at that daily chart, right? You see that sort of how it gapped
yeah.
up, but then traded down over the course of the day. We're sort of gapping back up again, but expect maybe another downward movement. I don't know. One way or the other, not loving it.
Yeah, I don't like it, so I'll leave that alone there as well. So out of this gap up list right now, guys, we only came off with Walmart and JD at the moment. Peter, anything else in the gap up as far as earnings or that you like this morning?
Uh, Sorry, I'm confusing myself because somewhere I've got a tab that was talking at me. All right. For gap up. Cisco. How about Cisco? CSCO. They had earnings after the close yesterday. Very positive. Beat their earnings, raised their guidance for the full year, which Cisco doesn't normally do. So interesting that they raised their guidance. They are trading right now, actually, at the low end of the range that we set after hours. You can see that they had a sort of a big spike up and been moving downward pre-market. So Cisco's another one that typically the volume just doesn't come in after the open. It's not a great trading stock. I always have hope, again, part of an industry I'm more familiar with, but unfortunately the trading volume isn't always there. So we were watching it after hours yesterday, and it sort of, and Jared once again called it. He looked up the expected move, called exactly where it was going to move to, and it did exactly that. So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, it's not awesome, but it's on the list. That was it for the gap up, really. Everything, I got a couple others, but they're on the gap down list, so we'll talk about them when we get there.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I'll add this on to, I'll add it on here. It's got great volume. It is in play. So I'll put it on the list here, CSCO, and we'll go from there. All right, excellent. Gapping down this morning is GameStop, GME here. So we're down 10%, 5 million shares traded. Looks like the party's winding down a little bit, at least for now. But yeah, it's still going to be on my list, right? On short selling restriction. We do have shares for short, not sure how many. Only 300,000. That's nothing given the volume this thing is trading. But it's one, you put on here as entertainment purposes at this point. Be very careful, guys. Third day, fourth day play here. Just, again, you can't say it enough. Manage your risk accordingly. And the other one will be, we will see other ones like AMC and the other meme stocks that were up a couple of days ago, are just not coming a little bit closer to reality here. Peter, anything else to add on these on the meme? I don't even know what is it called. Who's called this? Meme Kitty-thon? I mean, I don't know what the name would be. We got to figure something out. Meme-a-thon? I don't know.
They haven't really put a name to it that I've seen, anyways. But they did call it a meme stock renaissance. Maybe that's a term.
I like that. Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I mean, it was just sort of a flash in the pan, as you would expect. And Brian actually played this on BlackBerry to the downside, got out of his shares, as you heard, as we were trading live at the open yesterday morning. But I don't think there's much more to see here, to be honest. I mean, it was sort of a blip. It's interesting to watch the sort of the news the reporters and the analysts try and cover this. They nowadays, like when it first happened, their coverage was incredulous, right? What is happening? This is crazy. Now it's like, sort of, it was just a meme rally. It's over now. It loses steam. It's evaporating. It's meme mania fades. I'm just reading the headlines here. Meme stock rally loses steam. It's sort of like people are taking in stride now. So, which I think is actually good for the markets overall. Right.
Yeah.
It's good that I think the average person, when the apes band together, can move the market, and the market accepts it as part of market activity. That's what the market is meant to do, in my opinion. So I don't mind what happened this week. I think it's fun, and I think it's sort of good for the markets overall. That this becomes part of the fabric. Did I trade any? Absolutely not. Never touched it, but it's fun to watch, and I think it's sort of a good part of the overall market movement. So does it mean fun today? Probably not. I mean, yesterday we did have shares for short. I noticed they're on short sale restriction. I think AMC is as well.
Yeah, they all should be.
They're both on
at least these two.
Restriction.
Yeah.
Which means that it doesn't mean you can't trade them. You can just only short them on an uptick. So they're being a little cautious with them to avoid a complete collapse. But again, there might be some fun in it. It depends if the volume, keeps up over the course of the day. And, I think the price action is going to be muted. It's definitely going to be within, my guess would be within the previous candles that we've already seen. But that still gives a lot of range, doesn't it? So, you know what? If you like them, if they're fun enough for you, keep them on. I've got an extra screen here. I'm going to put them on a couple of charts just because I don't want to miss out, right? If fun
Oh
happens,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's probably not going to be your biggest trading stocks today.
Yeah,
I would
I have
guess.
them here for sure on my secondary list, entertainment pile, not secondary, our entertainment pile, risky pile. So
Yeah,
we'll be having fun with those. Let's take a look at the next one here. We have not United, it's Under Armour,
Under Armour.
UAA
Yeah,
and UA, both different share classes, but they're on here down 10%, 1.5 million shares traded, at least on the UAA. And UA is, let's check the numbers, also down 10%, a little less volume, it's still good, 800,000. So Peter, what's going on with this company today?
so we typically only see these guys at earnings time, and that's what happened this morning. They had their earnings. It wasn't bad. Like their quarter was okay. They were pretty much on target. Slight variation on revenue and earnings, but pretty close. The main concern is that revenue is generally seeing a decline quarter over quarter, and they called off their forecast. So you know what happens as soon as you call off your full year forecast. The market is not happy with you, and that's what's happening this morning. So just a reminder, everybody, UAA and UA are just different stock classes. This is one of the rare ones that has two different highly traded offerings. We see there's a couple of these out there. This just happens to be one. You can trade either one. I think UAA typically gets a little more volume, but because the voting class, whether you get voting rights or not, that's usually the difference in the share classes. You could care less if you're day trading, right? You're not voting on anything, so it doesn't matter. If you're a buy and hold trader, then be cautious which one you use. But as a day trader, it doesn't really matter. I typically stick with UAA, like I said, because it gets a little more volume.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Carlos?
Yep, no, I'm here. I was taking a sip of water there, but yeah, let's take a look at this one. I mean, do we like it today though? I'm on the fence. I mean, they used to trade better, but they haven't been lately.
No, they haven't. And this is a NYSE stock as well. I know I've mentioned this a few times. So again, if you look in the top right corner of your montage window, if you're using the DAS platform, or it might be elsewhere in other platforms, you got to look at, is it a Q or an N or maybe an A there? It's usually an N or a Q. So that tells you which stock exchange it's native to, where it trades off of. This is the New York Stock Exchange listed stock. Typically what that means is that it just means the market makers, the way they manage it is differently, because the market maker system is different between NASDAQ and NYSE. And this being a NYSE stock, you don't get as smooth a volume. Watch what happens at the open. You might get a minute or two where there's no volume, then all the volume comes in and the thing will start to jump, as opposed to a NASDAQ stock that typically gets the volume right at the opening bell. So you just have to be a little more cautious. Wait for the volume to come in if you choose to trade it. Again, I'll probably put this on a secondary list. Because I've actually had some really good trades in the past. Admittedly, it's years past on UAA, but I'll watch it just to see if today is the day, and if it gives me my Rising Devil type of trade setup. It's looking good right now, but we'll see. We'll watch it as it gets closer to the open. So
yeah. I'm actually going to put this one on a secondary for now. Again, we could move this up, but maybe that would be the best place for it. AMC, we kind of spoke about already, alongside with our buddy GameStop, right? So all the meme stocks were good there. I like Tyson's comment here. He says a bunch of new bag holders, some astronauts that are being transitioned. It's like, when you go to the space station, right? You get the other astronaut kind of take over your place. Seems like that's what happened here, right? You got some new guys going up, and they're just exchanging places here. So hopefully you're not.
I like how you so casually said that, Carlos. When you go to the space station, because like I do all the time.
Yeah, right. Watching too many documentaries, man. All right, that's fun there. So we have both of those on deck. Next, here's NVAX. How about NVAX? I mean, NVAX been, although the day looks horrible, it's been very active as far as dropping. Yesterday, I actually took this trade. I was hesitant. Took me a while to get in it. And I did get short on this. When I was talking with you guys and I hopped off, I got short on this. Not a lot of size, but the minute it dropped here, man, I was so happy. So I didn't think it was going to work out, but it worked out pretty nice. And yeah, so a lot of movement there. Volume is winding down now. Could be interesting, because I think there's some kind of overreaction on this stock, and I think we might see some more downturn. Again, we don't know, but let's see.
Yeah, I mean, they're still trading on that one bit of news with the big deal with Sanofi and the $500 million in cash they got and the extra 700 million in kickers because of this deal with the vaccines. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, we've been through the second, third, and fourth day plays. Now we're on a fifth day play. So I mean, yeah, might be worth if it's still on the list. It's still getting volume. We'll see what happens with it, but I haven't traded it myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
Carlos, I mean, I'm impressed you got a trade on it yesterday. Who knows if the volume stays there, why not? But I just thinking that there's other things I'm probably going to watch long before I'll sort of move to Novavax.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on a secondary just to see what it does today. But you're right, it's not one that's gonna be front and center this morning, and we continue just to lose more volume, right? So it's becoming a little bit tougher to trade. It sure was yesterday. IREN here. We are up 2.3 this morning, 670,000 shares traded. Just looks messy. We've seen this one before, energy ticker, and we normally just avoid it, right? Just for day trading, it's really, really tough. So I know we're in the pre-market now, but that's usually what their days look like too, right? Very, very light volume. Like, look at this here. This is 186,000 shares traded in a 5 minute, and it just gets worse very quickly. So trading this can be very, very tough. If you look at a 1 minute, you're going to see how brutal it is to be in one of these trades. So I tend to avoid that. I don't see anything special today. So we'll skip on that one. And that covers our gap down list. Peter, as far as earnings, what's on deck?
Yeah, they had earnings after the close yesterday, which is why they're here. It wasn't actually that bad of a quarter, but I don't know. I mean, like you say, not that great. There's only two others that I wanted to mention. Oh no, sorry, one, because we already mentioned one. Deere Enterprises, DE. I tend to watch them for earnings just because in the heavy equipment, I find that watching farm equipment helps you understand what's happening downstream, right, or in the coming months or quarters in other industries. And Deere basically didn't have a good quarter. They did sort of beat on earnings, but their revenue was down, and they've cut their guidance for the year. So that shows me maybe a little bit of market contraction coming. So Deere is not a great trading stock, but it's just one of those where sometimes it helps know. Anyways, I just. It's one amongst many, right? Like you keep an eye on just to see what it's telling you. So anyway, so that was it. We covered Under Armour, which was the other one on the gap down list. Other than that, there are a bunch of other earnings. If anybody's watching them, you're free to mention them. I think I mentioned Bidu, for example. That was another one that was on my list. Gapping down slightly here pre-market. While we had a very positive picture with JD where they beat their numbers, Baidu, was talking AI, and they actually had a relatively good quarter as well, but the market doesn't seem to be rewarding them the same way. So, which is interesting to me, but because again, they beat their numbers in the quarter. Talked AI a lot, but are gapping down slightly this morning. They were down. Yeah, they're still only down about 1%, which is why they wouldn't make our list. So maybe it's because, Carlos, they've got these robo taxis. Maybe that's why. But anyway, I've got videos here of people riding in China the robo taxis, where they're meaning that they're completely unpiloted taxis on the Chinese roads. I don't know. They make me nervous. So
just a matter of time, man. Just a matter of time when your Uber pulls up and there's nobody in it. All right. So here it is, friends. Good morning. I see Andrew's in chat already. So good morning to Andrew. Excellent. As we get this day rocking and rolling. Guys, remember, we're going to be trading live right after this pre-market show. So make sure you stick around. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so, but definitely join the membership if you are not. Yeah, Peter?
And I won't resist. Andrew, I'll give you a little poke, man. Good to see you awake this morning. Welcome. So
it's tough, man.
You know what? I can't complain. I had the chance to trade the open yesterday. I took a trade I wouldn't normally, and it worked out for me. I got a great sort of opening range breakout on AMD. If you guys stuck with us through the open yesterday, and I was happy to have done that, because normally I'm not an open trader. Like I say, I trade more later. So you know what? I can't complain. It benefited me anyways. So.
It
And
did.
Andrew got a little rest. We want him to get all the sleep he needs. He's going to tackle Denali. For those of you that aren't aware, Andrew is on the 7th of the 7 Summit Challenge, where he's climbing the tallest summit in each of the 7 continents. And the last he's got is North America, and he's going up to Denali and Alaska and going to tackle that. Then throwing a party in Vancouver, by the way. Everybody's invited. If you can get a ticket, you can get those tickets through through our special channels here, and then party with us all night. This party is going to go to 3:30 a.m. So come and join us. I know I'm flying into Vancouver. I can't miss it. My good buddy Andrew, man, he's completing a pretty significant challenge, right? So, anyways, we just want him in full shape for that, because it's pretty awesome, man. It's not something that I would ever do, to be honest. I have no plans to do it. It's not going to happen for me, but I think it's pretty awesome. And I think Andrew said he'd be the very first Iranian to complete this. So
I believe in the last news article that was released, I forget the newspaper, he posted
right, Andrew?
He'll be the first one, I believe. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah,
that's worth celebrating. He is an accomplished fellow, and he is definitely one of my heroes and a mentor. So, it's nice to know I can call him friend. So, anyways, we should all celebrate that. It's awesome to see it. So there you go. And Andrew did confirm that would be the case. So, anyways, credit to him. And as much as I'd like to tease him, I have a lot of respect for him. So, all right, let's get back to some trading here. I don't have anything else for the list other than to continue. I encourage everybody to continue watching some of our semiconductor stocks, AMD and NVIDIA, right? Some good price action over the last couple of days. Can't ignore the move up that we had on AMD and NVIDIA yesterday with the entire market. If we look at the market overall, it was a trend day yesterday. And if you watch Engineering the Markets, Jared told us that it was coming and then reconfirmed that early morning. It always takes me a while to believe that it's going to be a full day trend. So trend days are not generally good trading for me. And I was talking about this into the close yesterday, where I didn't have a great day after that open trade, because I kept trying to do my typical market reversal strategy, which works a lot of the time, but not on a day like yesterday. So I think today we might see some continuation to that trend if the market stays excited. I mean, we're gapping up green, but moving down right now. So not sure where we're going to go, but watch. I think, AMD, NVIDIA in the semiconductor space, Tesla, of course, we've always got to keep an eye on, because it's almost a meme stock itself, right? It's got its fans and it'll keep moving. And then, of course, Apple and some of the others that we've been talking about, right? Google, Meta, Amazon, whatever you like out of that grouping. It's worth watching. So.
All right. Excellent, guys. Friends, let's see what you guys like this morning. We'll head over to our chat room here. Let's take a look, starting with our chat, Meta. Let's take a look at what's happening with Meta this morning. We are down 1% here, 240,000 shares traded. This could be fun. It's a hit or miss with Meta when it comes to me, but I'll add it on the list today. Looks good as far as the pre-market action. And they don't get a lot of pre-market volumes or movement usually. So today they definitely got a lot going on here. So I like the way that's setting up. So we'll see how that looks. Taking a look at Dell. What's going on with Dell? Same with Dell. Look at the chart. Yeah, Dell took off. Yeah, a lot of Dell took off. NVIDIA took off as well. And it took some time before it got going. But yeah, it was a very, very strong day. And like our good buddy, what was it? Jared mentioned something yesterday in chat that was pretty cool. And I gotta really agree here. He says, when there's no sellers in the market, don't be the first one. And that was his prediction for the SPY yesterday. And man, how right was he there? Don't be the first seller. It's not a good thing sometimes.
That's true. So, you let someone else be the tip of the spear, because that's a dangerous place to be. So
it is. Join the party after. Over in our members,
you mentioned Meta. I just wanted to go back to that quickly. It might be interesting to watch Meta. We might get some higher than average volume on it. They are. I guess there's more talk about the EU probes over their child protection policies on some of their platforms, both Facebook and Instagram. So I don't, again, this is going to be news driven. So if we get some more news on what that probe is going to yield or what it may mean to Meta, then it may cause movement. If we don't, then it may stay quiet. But that's sort of a long-term thing. But I was just seeing a few articles on it today, so it might be worth keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I definitely have it on my list here as well. Looking at our YouTube chat here, we have CLSK, which is Clean Spark. How about Mara yesterday? Speaking of a Bitcoin type plays, it actually took off pretty nice here. So Mara also, it had a great dip, beautiful double bottom, and then it just took off here with a lot of the stocks just kind of following the overall market, right? Hitting all-time highs here. So I do like.
Yeah, Bitcoin had a price increase yesterday. And we're sitting, where are we now? Like 66,000, a little over 66,000 on Bitcoin. So whenever the prices go up, we tend to see the tracking stocks, right? All of those Bitcoin miners move up. Riot, Mara, CLSK, Clean Spark, a couple of the others, they move as well. So who knows if we get more continued movement today? So far, not much. We're pretty much at the same price we closed at yesterday. So,
yeah. On a more important news here, got laptop giveaway every week on YouTube, so that is exciting.
We did our first one this week.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And it's very easy to be in the running for that. You got to make sure you're a member, right? So you could do the $1 weekly sign up. It's basically free. We charge $1 for the bots, so you do that. You're active in chat, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you are in the raffle. So make sure you do that, right? And don't miss one of them, because you could get the raffle, and if you're not a member, you're not going to get it. So we want to make sure you guys are signed up. So when we double check, you're good to go. Blue is probably going to be enjoying his laptop very soon here. So looking forward to that.
Yeah. Can I just say, I was just looking at, we got 124 likes and about 475 people watching this morning. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for being here, part of the channel, and sharing your pre-market time with us. I wanted to say, awesome subscribers though, right? We were tracking our way to 100,000. We'll talk about that more in a second. But because we've got a discount code, because now that we've, so we blew through the 100,000. We're sitting at 125,000 subscribers. Gotta love the people joining on. Hopefully you're getting value out of it and thinking about joining the broader community. So thank you to all of our new subscribers out there. Love to see you guys as part of the channel. It's absolutely fantastic. So let's keep the momentum going, because our target was, a little broader. We'd love to double our 100,000 to 2. So let's see what we can do with that. That's awesome. Imagine what Andrew will give away at 200,000. Giving away laptops now. He's going to get so excited.
We'll do the Mr. Beast. We'll give out a couple of Teslas, right? So why not?
That's right.
No, don't quote me on that. Hey, Carlos said no. Yeah. Maybe one. We could do probably one. Who knows? At 500,000, we'll do one. Right?
Andrew's community said if we get to 1 million subscribers, he'll buy someone a Tesla. So there you go.
Yeah. There we go.
That for a lofty goal.
At 400,000, we'll get you a Tesla keychain or something, right? And that's what we'll do. All right, friends, let's get to it. Friends, running out of time, so we're going to go straight to levels here. I don't have a whole lot. It's 9:08. I just noticed the time here, so we're going to rush over to our levels to make sure you guys are set. Andrew and Brian trading live next. I'm just going to have a couple of tickers here. I'm just going to add Apple. I'm just going to add a Baba, maybe. We'll do that. So we'll do Baba. We'll do Apple. Just to get some tickers in line here, but we won't have time to go through a whole lot. Before we jump on those, let's look at our what's happening today. Is Thursday. So Thursday, head over to bearwithtraders.com and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. So tonight, Thursday, head on to webinars, click on that, and you can see what's happening tonight right over here.
There you go. It's Thursday, like Carlos said, which means we have our mentorship sessions all day today. It's a very busy day on Thursdays, because it's a good opportunity to sort of review what's happened so far in the week, provide some guidance to those that are looking for it, and really sort of help you accelerate your trading journey. So we start the day with John at 11 a.m. He does a mentorship session, which is great, especially for those that are just getting started or really want a sort of a small group to be able to ask your questions and get some focused attention. So if you want to join and you're an elite member, join them in the webinar room. That's at 11 a.m. Then we switch focus to Jared and Megan on options at 2 p.m. By the way, shout out to Thor, who earlier this week did his futures. We were doing options and futures, and they're always talking those things in the room. Options mentorship is something we do every single week with Jared and Megan. That's at 2 o'clock. Then we switch focus back to equities on our mentorship with Lenny at 4. It's a relatively new session, but Lenny's been going strong with that. So we appreciate him putting that session on. And then, of course, back to Thor for his 8 o'clock mentorship session. I'm tripping over that these days. But anyways, that's at 8 p.m. He loves doing that. Always gets good attendance. Lots of great questions from members that want to sort of get in deep with Thor on his strategies and some of their trades. So those are the 4 sessions: 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m. today, Thursday. So hopefully you will join us for some or all of those sessions. All right. If you want to join us in Bearable Traders in the community and do the live chat room all day, we are live with live mentorship, trade reviews. We talk about what's happening in the markets from basically 7:30 in the morning right through to the market close and beyond if there's earnings. You can join us at bearabletraders.com. We have a number of membership options for you. The intro offer just gets you started, gives you 1 week access and limited access to a couple of webinars, so you can see what the room is like. The basic or elite monthly packages give you different membership options if you just want to join on a monthly basis, or the elite annual, which is always the best deal at regular price. But with the 100K discount code, you get 50% off that regular price, and it is a fantastic deal. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that when you select that membership option. Type in 100K into the promo code section, and you will get that discounted rate. So fantastic, and it's a great deal. Like we said, if you can help us on, if you want to join as a member on the YouTube channel, guys, we're going to hold Andrew to it. He said 1 million members in there, and he's given away a Tesla. And you know what? Andrew's always done it. He's always held true to those promises. So he's given away the laptops right now. He gave away iPhones in the past. We've given away all sorts of stuff. But so there you go. That's a big, hairy, BHAG goal, right? Big, hairy, audacious goal. But if we get there, it's there will be a Tesla. There'd be an awesome photo shoot when that happens. So. Why are we floating? Is this just because of Elon?
Just because of Elon. That's all we have from Elon. We don't have nothing better from Elon.
You don't have another? All right.
Well, we'll get a better one with Tesla on it.
He's loving the dumpster. He's floating his way downriver. So,
absolutely.
But anyways, all right, guys. With that, we are once again. We're not doing too bad on time, but I'll hand it back over to Carlos. You can set some levels, and then we'll see what our moderators are looking at.
All right, friends. Excellent. All right, we'll take a look at Walmart here. So, guys, as far as Walmart, again, typically doesn't trade very well, but it is up 6%. High of the pre-market this morning, we're going to be at a 64.05. So we'll mark one there. And then towards the bottom, we do have our highs and lows here, creating a good area of support and resistance. You see the back and forth action here over the last couple of weeks, really. So yeah, breaking out of that pretty nicely on earnings today. And Peter, it's funny because earnings, when Walmart does well, people say, hey, it could be a sign of the economy not being good, because people are shopping at what's cheaper places, right? So how do we take this indicator, man? I know what's your thoughts on that?
The Walmart indicator? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't believe in that. I think Walmart tends to just do well in any market conditions. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that we can read too much of it. They had a good quarter. They're moving up right now, Carlos. I think it just means people are buying the stuff they need to. I mean,
yeah. So funny. I heard that a couple of times, not just today as well.
And it's harder. It's harder to separate. I mean, like we were just saying, they're now the biggest grocery seller in North America. So what do you read from that? They don't actually divide their sales between what do they call them? Fixed goods, hard goods, whatever, right? Clothing and grocery. What are people buying at Walmart? I mean, they're just buying stuff, right? It could be the necessities of life, like the groceries they need every week, or they could be buying TVs. Good goods.
Yeah.
There's a term for that. I forget what the term is, but anyways, whatever it is, doesn't matter. So yeah, I think Walmart is just Walmart.
They're definitely hot today, guys. As far as levels, we don't have many up here, right? All-time highs as we're looking at the chart. So I'm going to mark, I got the high of the pre-market. We got this daily level here as well. I'm also going to mark down right where the price action is. You can tell this is a good area. We've been flirting with this all morning. We came up to it here. Resistance, again, resistance. This time managed to break out of it. and now using it as support. Let's see if that's going to hold. So you want to have that 63.41 right where the price action is. You want to have that marked down for sure. So there's Walmart. Next one is Cisco, also on news today. Low of the pre-market, we're looking at 50.51. Normally this thing doesn't trade very well, but today they got a little bit of volume, so hopefully we can get something going here this morning. 50.52 is good. Towards the top, we're going to mark down 52.13. And then if we look to the left here on the daily, we got a couple of errors. We have right on here 51.67, and then we have a 51.16. Above the pre-market high, which is at 52.15, we do have an area here at 52.61, and also great daily level showing support and resistance at 53.38. So we'll definitely mark those two there. With that, heading over down to Meta. Again, Meta dropping pretty significant, not significant, but pretty steady this morning. 475.77 is the low of the pre-market there towards the top. The high is sitting at 480-ish, so 480 53 looks like right here, right in this area. And then towards the bottom, you got plenty highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You're pretty surrounded here below the price action. You don't need to add anything else. Towards the top, I just want to get something above the previous day close in case things change direction as our market continues to try to maintain their all-time highs. Let's take a quick look how they're doing here. Yes, it's right at the previous day close line. But man, what a big day yesterday. Let's see if they can continue on this trend here. So that is Meta. Next, I have Apple on here. You know what? I put it on here just to put it, but right now it's just kind of stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Not really doing a whole lot at the moment. I think we'll have to wait for the market open and see if these tech companies, when I have Apple, I'm thinking of NVIDIA, I'm thinking of AMD, if they're going to, do something fun today, either a sell-off or maybe a continuation to some of the all-time highs. If you look at NVIDIA, we're pretty close to some all-time highs here. 967.29, and we also have 972, right? So we'll mark those 2 levels, and then below the previous day close, we're looking at 931.19. Yeah, Lenny, agree. Lenny in chat saying second day play can be a lot of fun. I'm gonna add NVIDIA here. Actually, I like the way that looks. And then last but not least, we'll look at BABA. BABA's not doing a whole lot, but I like the volume. 742,000. They're up 1.2%. Right now, and I wish they can trade like they used to today. So we'll see if that volume is going to mean anything for them this morning. I'm going to keep 82.77 high of the pre-market. The low is pretty much the high from yesterday, so you see that there. You also got the previous day close right around that area. Right where the price action is, there's no surprise. There is a level here on the daily, 81.81. So we're going to slam that there as well. And then above that, we're looking at 84.60 if we can get going. So hasn't been trading all that great. We had a couple of really nice days in here. Even this one doesn't look nice, but it is a really nice day. If you look at the day, the intraday action came down nicely, came right back up. I was very clean with volume, right? We need volume when for BABA to trade well, and hopefully today that can be the case. We've been talking about Tesla. I know you guys been mentioning it, so we'll quickly look at it. Yesterday had a really rough start to the day. Look at this. Starting from the pre-market, man, it was just rough, right? Look at that drop there, and it's continued. Finally found a base, and it just kind of hung out there for most parts of the day. Today, same volume, 2.4 million shares traded. So that's looking good. We want to keep an eye on this area here, 173.22. You can see a level of support and resistance. Previous day close on there, so we want to see that there. Towards the bottom, 169.82, and then all the way down here, 167.82 as well. And towards the top, we got an error right here at 175.88. I'm gonna slam that level there as well. Friends, remember Andrew and Brian trading live next, so make sure you hit that thumbs up. I'm gonna check how many likes we have this morning. Our goal has to go up. I think we are past the 200 likes. I think we're at 300 now, right? We should move it up a little bit. We've been getting a lot of viewers, so we appreciate that. Let's get to 300, guys. Andrew and Brian trading live next, so definitely hang in there. We'll look at our moderators list here, and once Andrew and Brian come on, we'll switch over to them. But looking at the team and what they're watching,
getting aggressive. I like it. Push the envelope, Carlos.
Yeah. Here it is. Thor, Spy, Qs, Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD. Eamon not liking a lot this morning, so he'll be looking out for scanners. Andrew, Walmart, NVIDIA, Apple, AMD, and Tesla today. Pierre is looking at AMD, Nvidia, Walmart, Mara, and CSCO. Mike's watch list today: Walmart, Apple, and the members appreciate your feedback. Oh yeah, so this is something that Andrew that we want to hear your feedback on. So we appreciate your feedback. I think we put the link on YouTube as well. You're more than welcome to come in here and give us your thoughts. I mean, we really go through these guys. Like we go through them, we read them. And Peter, we're not BSing you. And if there's something
No,
that we can
we
improve
appreciate
on,
it.
yeah, good or bad, right? Because actually we learn more sometimes from the
Mhm.
bad ones, right? On how to improve things. Right? That's how we get better. So definitely be completely honest is more important than giving us kudos. Peter, AMD, Tesla, Walmart, secondary list, Walmart, UAA, memeing stocks, GameStop, and AMC for fun this morning. Brian, who'll be trading live with Andrew, Meta, AMD, Nvidia, and GameStop. Tesla for and AMD for Megan, and then Susan will be looking at AMD, Costco, INTC, Mara, Nvidia, Tesla. Man, Susan, you got like the whole list this morning.
No,
GameStop. That's the longest list I've seen Susan put out there in a,
it
in a
is.
long time. That's pretty good. All right, Phil, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, and Cisco this morning. So, friends, remember this is brought to you by tradingterminal.com. This is how we are able. This is kind of like a sponsor of our show, really. So head over there, tradingterminal.com. Tons of information. Peter, if you want to talk a little bit about it, and I'll get Andrew and Brian hooked up here.
Yeah, we rely on it every morning to get the information on the markets, and it's a great source of information for all traders. So it's been built by traders with traders in mind, with the intent of having a one-stop shop for all the information you need to trade. So there's even a simulator. It's completely free. You can, if you don't have a platform and you're new to trading, you just want to sort of kick the tires and practice trading live with the markets, use our free simulator. A replay mode where you can replay any stock on any day and sort of test out strategies and theories. There's the scanners we use to tell us what's moving in the market. It not only works for the pre-market show, there's a bunch of pre-built scanners in there. You can watch it throughout the day for high of day breaks or turbo breakouts, or you can build your own. It's very customizable. So, and all of this is free, let alone news and economic events and the calendar of activities and earnings and all of that stuff is in there. So check it out. It's really got a lot for everyone. And we think you're going to love it. If you, we also take feedback there. And if you want to provide feedback on what you think we can add, change, or improve, we'd love to see that as well. So tradingterminal.com is your one-stop shop, your place to go. All right, we're going to switch over to live trading right now. So it's going to be exciting. Not me today. I was just sitting in for Andrew. Andrew's live. He's been very active this morning, so we know he's ready to go after, man, look, he doesn't have to do anything for the rest of the week, and he's already had a banner week. So hopefully he adds to it. I see Andrew and Brian ready to go. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, guys. Can you hear me?
We can.
Loud and clear or no?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we'll hand over to you guys. Have a good open. Take care, everybody. Trade smart.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In the chat room, guys, you can hear me? Loud and clear?
Man, I forgot to fix my hair before.
Man, it seems that you should wake up having sex. That's how it looks like. Guys, I appreciate if you guys like and subscribe and in our channel, especially for those of you who are watching our videos. I appreciate that. And the reason that we're asking is that because the algos in YouTube, they like interaction of the users with the videos. So when you're liking, it means that the YouTube understands that this is a good content. So ranks our channel higher and higher, and we get more exposure. So I appreciate if you can, for example, the 535 people that are watching, actually everyone just like it, press the like now. That's the least you can do. Believe me, running a show like this actually is hard and creates a lot of friction for us in the morning, especially Carlos. So that would be really nice of you if you supported this. All right, so what we are doing right now is GME is doing crazy, minus 15% now. Finally, shares for short. Walmart had the earning and is popping up very nicely. So I'm going to look at Walmart for opening range breakup. Yesterday, I slept in, unfortunately. I was really tired and exhausted. And I missed the whole all-time high. This was the 26th day in 2024 that we did all-time high. and it reminds me of 2021. In 2021, we did all-time high 69 times. So 69 days out of 250, 220 day of trading days, we were making all-time high. So it looks like it's great. It's kind of so far has been great trading year. So we are super excited for that. My account is just blowing up. I have $800,000 unrealized profit right now, which is pretty nice. Brian, how's your life doing? How's your account doing?
I'm doing great, doing good.
How was 6 in the morning?
It's good as ever.
Yeah,
I'm just watching Meta here. It's wow, did it ever drop there? Came back up. So,
what's the news on Meta? There is news.
I don't know if there is news. It was kind of weak yesterday. It did manage a comeback, but
I like NVIDIA working all-time high. NVIDIA all-time high is at 969 or ish.
969. Yeah. The I just this is I call these hangover days because we had a big party yesterday in the markets. Everything was up huge. So I kind of feel like this is the kind of day where we end up chopping around a bit and trying to figure out where the market's going to go from here. So we'll have to be aware of that and just play it accordingly. So don't get too aggressive right away.
That's a very good point. The days like crazy that it was yesterday. So these days might actually be hangover. We call them hangover days. So you might not be as volatile at the open. So nobody really knows. But most of the volatility, most of the buying and selling has been happening already in yesterday's session. So today you might not see that much of a volatility. So it's not super crazy if you don't see that much volatility.
Yeah, just don't go into this day thinking that it's going to be like yesterday. It might be. You just don't know. But typically these days are after these big market moves are tend to be a little bit more choppy. Like we're red right now on the IWM, and the Q's just marginally red. Dow's just marginally up. The same with the SPY. So we're kind of going into the open here, sort of flat on the indexes.
So one thing that, guys, before my market opens, I want to say it's actually not trading related, but before I forgot, I posted a link in the chat room and in YouTube about the contents that you'd like to see. So it's a survey. It's a very simple survey form. If you actually fill it out, really appreciate that to help me to know what direction you want the YouTube channel would bear. And if you get to 1 million subscriber, I'm going to actually buy a Tesla and give it randomly to one of BBT members and YouTube Live at the same time. So randomly one Tesla. 1 million is huge subscriber milestone. But get back to trading. Sorry, I don't want to distract anyone. We have 2 minutes to open.
Wow. Try to get in that too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think Mr. Beast got it. Entrepreneurs are not the owner of the money. They're just keep the money flowing. I have enough money in my bank account. From now on, I want to do fun things with this money. 10 million with 12 million doesn't matter in my bank account right now. My account is right now almost 8 million. Like 10 million doesn't matter. Like, but let's do some fun things like Mr. Beast in it. Like, do that kind of thing. This year, if I come back alive from that's why I'm going to parties and stuff. So, all right. So back to trading. AMD daily chart eventually popped up from this level. NVIDIA is more interesting on a daily chart because it is toward all-time high.
ARM and Tesla look like they're warming up a bit. Couple of random stocks.
Excellent. So let's see how it goes.
Tesla might be interesting to watch.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like it's moving kind of back up here. Didn't have a great day yesterday.
Yeah, the market was riding up Tesla. Tesla didn't do anything
Yeah.
yesterday.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. We're ready to go here.
Yes, volume is super nice right now on Tesla. I like the volume. So the Walmart doing, what's the Walmart? Walmart volume is interesting too. Tesla, the daily chart is in a very serious level. NVIDIA is jerky as usual. SPY is popping up. Tesla is below the VWAP right now. Reached some important levels down there. How's the order book on Tesla?
Let's just take a boo. I think Meta's going to pop here. Dropping.
Tesla short.
That looks terrible. Looks terrible. It's got some big orders at 172, 171.
Yeah, I was thinking of Tesla short. Tesla daily chart looked like potentially want to go toward 170. Obviously, the very important level at Tesla is at around 168. Let's see what happens. I don't want to jump into anything now. NVIDIA also is fighting back at the previous day close. If above the VWAP, NVIDIA 948 might be long. I keep an eye on NVIDIA, see if it's holding the previous day close, and then if it comes up, I might actually start pumping it up, just going long. All right, I'm gonna get some long on NVIDIA now, 947.80. Let's see. Got a partial fill on it, 947, 948. The stop loss would be previous day close, or maybe a little bit behind that. Let's see.
It's just long a little bit of Meta too. Here we go. Oh, nice pop there. Wow.
AMD is popping up very nicely too. Wow, AMD is also super strong. I'm gonna get a long AMD as well. It's AMD 160, 166. This might go to 162. I have a bigger position on AMD. How's the market doing?
Market's kind of flat right now. SPY kind of popped a little bit.
Okay, big ask and huge ask 950 on the NVIDIA. Hopefully we're gonna break that. We did. Let's see if NVIDIA is gonna go to 952. No,
I just shorted some Tesla 172.50.
NVIDIA is super jerky now. Getting out of the NVIDIA right now. It's super jerky. I'm getting out of NVIDIA.
Just covering some Tesla 172.
Let's see what AMD is doing. I'm gonna add a little bit more on AMD here. AMD did a nicer pop. We'll see. NVIDIA pop was nice, but it was super jerky. I'm long heavy AMD, guys. Let's see in the last few days before my life ends in Denali, we're gonna get a good pop on. No, Mr. AMD. No. You're not going there. Wrong direction.
Still looking at 171. There's a bunch of bids down below here on Tesla. Here we go. Loss of low day now. It's at S3, which is 171.85. So waiting for
Tesla?
Yeah. Here we go. It's going to cover some more here at 71.80.
Yeah, Tesla is in super nice.
Yeah, there's some bids building at 171.50.
NVIDIA is coming back. Thinking of taking another long on NVIDIA, and I want to get out of it if it doesn't pop up. SPY is rolling over to the downside. Okay, I'm gonna get out of AMD, guys. Very bad loss on AMD. If it comes back up again, I'll jump in there. So I don't want. Again, that's the worst kind of 5 minute that you can ever imagine. Look at the wicks on both sides on AMD. It's just absolutely disaster.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's hangover day here. It's like you just got to be careful because it's a lot of chop.
I'll keep an eye on it. If it is above the VWAP, I'm again there. It's still, too early to say. But again, it's just a horrible condition. What's Tesla doing? Tesla's bouncing back.
Tesla's kind of bouncing back here. Now it's back above my break even on the rest of it. I still think there's more downside here.
I'll keep an eye on NVIDIA for long as well. If it closes above the VWAP nicely. AMD is still struggling. Views are flat. Hangover day. AMD is coming one more. Yeah, I'm going to take another one long on AMD one more time. Let's see if this time wants to pop. If we can go to pass through this important level of 161.70, which the moving averages, we might get pop. If it goes above 161.70, add more on.
I'm adding to my short here again on Tesla, 172.85.
All right, NVIDIA is popping up. I'm getting long NVIDIA, 950, 960. No, go long now before it's too late. I'm getting some error like that. Go long, idiot, go long. Yeah, I'm having some issues with this NVIDIA. Come on. Come on. I don't know. I have a hot issue over there.
I'm covering some Tesla here, 172.40. I'm
adding AMD. Even this one doesn't work. Come on. What the hell is this? My hotkeys. Oh shit! Because of the error over there. All right. Now back in there. 161.70. I'm adding in there. Sorry, I was having this error. I hate when the dust does that. All right, so back long on the NVIDIA as well. Let's see if NVIDIA is popping up. AMD as well. Let's see. AMD, this moving average in 1 minute chart. If you can break that one, we are in business.
Just covering some more. Tesla at 172.07. I like that ad. That was a nice ad.
Oh yeah, nice. We're shutting down some on NVIDIA 954. I think we're going to break the 954, which is the higher pre-market. What are we doing with AMD?
Anybody add back on that Tesla short at 172.80? That right at the VWAP rejection. Nice, guys. Just add back, tight stop.
Why are you shorting Tesla? Huh?
Tesla?
No love. Yeah. Nobody loves Tesla.
There's still a big bid here at 171.
Let's see if this breakout of NVIDIA holds. The higher pre-market on NVIDIA is 953, 954. This is struggling now. Let's see if it's going to go up. Market is slowly going up. SPY, which is nice. Walmart didn't do anything. What's Q doing? Qs are not doing great. $9.55 is the higher pre-market on NVIDIA. I think we're going to go through that. AMD is also struggling. I have a position on AMD because I had a really bad loss on AMD now. Let's see if it's going to go up. NVIDIA, my average on NVIDIA is 950, which is pretty good. Come on, breakout.
It's covered some more. Tesla 171.80. There's still a big bid here, 171 and lower. It's going to bounce back again.
It's AMD, our situation on AMD's. Come on. Qs are holding above the VWAP. SPY is jerky. Okay, AMD is going to go up. Let's see, break up 162. Must be big ask showing up at 162. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, now let's see if I can make the loss back on it. The higher pre-market is on AMD. 162.50 could be a good target. It's NVIDIA as well. I have a big position on both of them, guys. All right, so let's see if NVIDIA is going to go to 955. AMD is doing. I should partial on AMD now, but I want to wait and see if you can get to 162.50. Yeah, there you go. Let's do it. Let's do it. No partial. Patience, Richard Parker. Let's get to do a 162.50 on AMD, which is the R3 and higher pre-market. NVIDIA is also struggling.
I'm all out of Tesla. Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah, AMD, nice. Start partially on AMD. Nice. Q is also running up, so that's good. The losses.
These are bouncing a bit here.
Nice. Did anyone took in the chat room, guys? On AMD? Hell yeah. I think this is going to go to 163 too. Nice. My man, AMD. Peter did a really nice trade on AMD, engulfing one. I watched the recap later. It was really nice yesterday. AMD is going to go to 163. My only concern is, actually, I have no concern. I made that up. I'm pretty good because everything is going up very nicely. Nice. Jared, you're long AMD too? Man, Jared trades AMD very nicely. You should listen to Jared more often in life. Jared is really a good trader. It is a hangover day, obviously. You know, we could see that the moves don't have
for sure
in any direction. I can feel it. Like, you know, these drops that we see.
Juice. Yeah.
Oh. But let's see. I think AMD has the potential to go higher. It's just, you know, on a hangover day. It's like a drunk guy that his next day is gonna go to work. Like, you know, you go to work, but everybody knows that you are drunk. You'll be hangover.
NVIDIA is finding a bit of a base here.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. Yusuf, what did you trade? Yeah. My man Brendan made his $500 going home now. AMD. What's the daily chart look like on AMD? I think there is this level, obviously. Oh, that's why we're struggling. 162.24 is a level. If you come back here on April 30th, so it's a really nice bounce. So there is some struggle around here. We may not really go there. So let's see how the universe wants us to do it. Tesla is coming up above the VWAP. That's interesting.
Yeah, Tesla popped back up. Nice move. There's a big ask here on NVIDIA at 956. I'm long some calls.
NVIDIA calls. Oh, sorry, it's mushrooms again hitting. The next breakout, I am a rich person. But these are my open positions. You can see that, guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Nice pop there. Just on NVIDIA.
So
okay.
You can see my open NVIDIA.
Wow.
Here's the
selling
selling
some
nice.
selling some calls at $11.
Nice. So you do the exactly same trade on the options too. Like that's what Brian is doing. Like you can select a call option, especially for NVIDIA now. There's a lot of open interest. So open interest is equal as liquidity. So boom, instead of doing that, you can do that. Very nice.
Yeah, that was.
How much did you buy the call, and how much are you selling?
I know I just bought 6 at 9.55.
You bought it at 6 and sold it at 9.
No, I bought him at 9. I bought him at 9.55 and sold them at 11. So, shit. And I still have 2 left. Now they're going to 9.50. So.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's more capital efficient.
Oh yeah, like Abby was saying in Vancouver that he took 75% of his accounts out. I think he invested somewhere else, and then he still makes the same amount of money when he switched to the options day trading. How many shares, Brian? You didn't again one contract that you didn't.
Well, it'd be 600 shares. Yeah. Wow.
Good. Which would be 6 contracts, yeah.
Yeah.
And NVIDIA all-time high, man. Today we're gonna see it, 966.
Yeah, I think so.
974. Yeah, the way that is squeezing might actually be an all-time high. AMD is also doing some stuff. Maybe I should remove my buying power on AMD and do something else.
ARM's breaking out. AMD could be ready to break out here, but NVIDIA is the king.
NVIDIA is the king today. I finally got you. In the last few days, in the last few trading days, it really gave me a hard time, but I finally got you. I knew it. And this is the characteristics of the stocks near all-time high. Like the stocks that have mania and they're very near all-time high, and then you kind of see these momentums starts. And its all-time high is a very, very important level. It's probably the most important level that you can ever imagine on that. When is the earning of NVIDIA? Is next week?
Don't quote me, but I think it's the May 21st or 22nd, maybe. It's next week.
Shit. I can't trade it, unfortunately. I'm in Alaska, so. All right, so NVIDIA toward the all-time high. I mean, it's very possible today we're going to get there. AMD, I sold most of my position on AMD. AMD is kind of jerky. So here's what I have. I have 3,000 shares of AMD left. I have 300 shares of NVIDIA left. If you want to trade options, you can have 3 contracts of NVIDIA is equal to getting like 300 shares of NVIDIA. But it's you need like probably 20% of the capital that you need. So open position right now we are close 19,000, and then we have a few thousand going up on these guys. So pretty good in this front. AMD is gonna also break the highs. So it's hard to get to this level of the skill, but you will eventually get it if you stay in the game. I've been trading for 10 days, 10 years. So you will get it. It might not be exactly overnight, but if you really want, a lot of people are messaging me and say, "Hey, Andrew, I don't have any money. What I want to be a trader." I say, "Okay, trade in a simulator. That's okay. Trade in a simulator. Save some money, do some new extra work job, do some Uber gig, do kind of things. Save the money, and then 5 years when you have $10,000, $20,000, then you are a trader." A lot of people start the other way. 99% of the people start the other way. They have some money and they start trading. Like I got laid off. I got $10,000 severance package, and I said, "Okay, let's trade." But that's the worst time that you want to become a trader because you need the money. The best time to become a trader is actually when you don't need the money and you just want the skill. And you gotta like it too. A lot of people are messaging me and say, "Hey, Andrew, I found it, boring for a couple of $100 a day." And they're right. You don't want to do it, don't do it. It's not for everybody. It's like a video game. This is exactly a video game. You gotta like that environment. I start from my book, read my book. A lot of friends, a lot of people are coming to me, "Hey, I want to be a trader, do this, blah, blah." I give them a simple book. Read the book. I said, "Oh, can we do something else?" And I said, if you cannot sit down, put your focus and finish this book, there's no way to become a trader. You have to finish that with a simple book. I know people that, the ADHD people, nobody wants to read the book anymore. But if you cannot put your mind 2 hours, finish this book, there's no way that you become successful a trader. There is no way if you cannot finish it. The best thing is start from reading the book. It gives you a really good foundation and fundamentals of what you can expect and where you should do. Not that I want to sell you a $2 book. It's just this is the prerequisite of success in trading. You got to finish that book. Listen to the audiobook if you want to do the audiobook. If you don't, like paperback, just look at the online Kindle version.
I mean, if you're not, you've got to be willing to put in the effort to learn how to trade. It's not just buy low, sell high. There's a lot more to it. It's a profession.
I wish it was like I miss that couple, the TikTok investors. Like what we do is so simple. We just buy. We start going up, we buy, and then until it doesn't. I just love their face and the idioticity in that video and the naiveness and the scamness in that video is amazing. And I was like, "Yes, take my money. Yes, scammers, love you. Take my money." I don't know if you guys remember that video. All right, so NVIDIA is coming back, potentially going toward a 920. AMD is still holding the line for us. Might actually not a bad idea to add some AMD. What's Jared doing? Jared, what are you up to? Should we add some AMD long or no?
Google looks like it's on the verge of breaking out. It's already broken out. It had an all-time high close, I believe, and this all-time high, which is when it traded during a market, it was 174.71.
I'm still in an AMD because my average here, you can see my position. My average on AMD is 161.44, NVIDIA 950. I want to see what it's going to do. NVIDIA is now dropping. NVIDIA is kind of disappointing, actually, the price action on it.
Just long Google for this break, 174.
Oh, sorry, it's mushroom. When you take a mushroom, you start yawning.
I'm just going to sell some just because we're at R4 right now, 173.90.
On who?
Google, Googl. It's going to 174. There you go. There's your print, selling some more.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's
yeah.
Very nice. How did you catch that one? Where did you get that one from?
I was just paging through some of the other things because I didn't have any positions, and I just saw I've been keeping an eye on Google because we had a really nice close yesterday, and I could just tell the way it was building that wedge there, leading into that pop.
Brian is always finding these speakers out of nowhere. Oh, there is something out of my. Oh, great this! Like nobody was watching. Well,
There we go.
AMD up or not?
Just keeping an eye on what's hot. Looks like the Qs are Qs are at high of day.
Yeah, exactly. Like Carlos found that video for TikTok. I think he's gonna play it. Carlos found that video of the TikTok investors.
Yeah, those two people, that couple is
I gotta
famous.
find them. I gotta find them, bring them to Vancouver, and let's do a video. Other coffee because this mushroom is really making me yawning. I'm gonna come back to make a quick coffee.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, hopefully everybody's managing to find some trades here today. As I said, it's we're kind of flatlining when you look at the SPY. The Qs sold off a little bit at the open, and now we're kind of inching our way higher here. But again, when you have a day like yesterday, where the market, somebody just lights a fire into the market and we just rip higher. Usually the following day is a little bit tamer. So we're just seeing that today. But still lots of things that are tradable here. All right. Can people hear me, or am I talking to myself? Okay, here we go. I got kicked off. All right. Can you?
We could hear you pretty good, Brian.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're good.
All right. Cool. Okay, AMD. Here we go. AMD's breaking out finally. Let's take a look at Bookmap. See where we could be going here with AMD. All right, there was there was the ask right here. Let's take another boo. We've got a big ask at 164 here as well, with some few other levels. So they kind of chopped along here, came down, picked up some buying. There was a little buying here, picked up some shares, and then ran the stock up. Thor's been using Bookmap for a long time here, so he really knows how to read this. But it looks like AMD. They're just everybody's turned their attention away from Nvidia, and now they're watching AMD here. AMD, they're going to push it up, maybe it's 164 level. Are you still long AMD?
Hell yeah! I am long AMD. 163.
Yeah,
Hell yeah! I didn't make as much as I should have on it because I had a bad loss on it, but still $5,000 is $5,000. Tesla is doing nice breakout.
Yeah, Tesla. I was just looking at it. Tesla's going to be hard to trade because it really sold off. It came up, it challenged yesterday's close, and now it's challenging it again. I think AMD goes higher.
Oh yeah, AMD is breaking out very nice. I should have added more on AMD.
Might chop along here for a few minutes before it does another breakout.
There you go. Tesla's going to go red to green.
Yeah, Tesla's at PDC. Just careful here, guys. This is where usually don't add here on Tesla because this is an area that often fails.
Yeah, usually bounces back.
Unless you're Paris. Okay, I'm long AMD just for this breakout here.
Portioning out. I don't have shares left. I only 1,200 shares left, unfortunately. I made really good money on NVIDIA, but AMD I had a really bad loss. So, and again, this is the concept of risk to reward. It's okay to have 50% accuracy, but if you manage it right, you eventually come out green. So I made all my losses back, plus now everything else is profit. So a trader accuracy can be 50%, meaning that 50% of the time you can be wrong. If the losses is small and then your gains are more than at least 1 R. So that's just perfect example on AMD that I had 1 loss and 1 gain, and as you see here on my screen, it's profitable.
Nice.
I'm going to pledge actually today, and then the marketing team can actually announce it. If I get 1 million subscriber, I'm going to buy 1 Tesla and randomly select to one of the members and the YouTube live people. Hell yeah, I want to beat Mr. Beast. What do you think?
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to open any new position. AMD would have been a very good place to add. Well, did it do actually the 920 or not? No, it didn't quite do the 920.
Yeah, it did actually. It did. I didn't see that, but it looks maybe not. It sort of dipped a little bit below the 9, but here we go. I'm going to sell some AMD. Just selling some AMD. 163.55.
NVIDIA is a jerk, so I'm going to get out of NVIDIA position that I have, guys. NVIDIA might come back later for the day, but it was pretty good. So I'm just holding 1,000 shares of AMD. It's going up there. Trading wise was awesome, $25,000 so far, and it's pretty good. We can enjoy the life.
Good. That's pretty good.
Guys, if I died in Denali, still come to my party. Instead of celebration of 7 summits, make it celebration of life. Ardi is probably taking over of my brother, so he's gonna run the party.
I thought Peter, me, and Mike could run the party.
No, they could run the party, but somebody has to pay the DJs and everything. So Ardi would be that person. He's on the group.
I thought it.
I have nobody else. I have no kids, no wife. Yeah.
I thought I was in your will.
If you want to deal with my ex-wife, yeah, you can do that because she's gonna sue you then. Whoever gets the money, I gotta deal with my ex-wife too. So
I'm good friends with your ex-wife, so don't. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, she was friend with me too, so this is a different person. I don't know friendships you can piss on those friendships when the money comes.
All right, I'm out of the rest of AMD. I came back to my break even.
What's happening? NVIDIA, I'm getting out of NVIDIA, as you know. NVIDIA turned out to be super jerk. See, right after I got out of it, isn't it Andrew? Is this the best trader in the world? Come on. As soon as I got out, look at that drop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Climbing the west buttress of Denali? Where is the west buttress? Brian, I think. Wow, I don't know. No, we go to the normal routes. Denali is not a joke mountain. I think one person skied down from Denali, and he was Romanian, and he's so quiet about it. He doesn't brag. You know, Romanians are always all about bragging, but this guy is just quiet. I think he saw death a few times skiing down from that mountain. So Denali is no joke. It's above Arctic Circle, so the weather is really bad. It's really cold. And you don't get the national park don't allow porters or Sherpa support or that kind of thing. So it's all expedition style. They issue only a very limited number of the guiding permit, which I think they're kind of jerk on that. Why don't you allow more expedition companies? Kind of monopoly up there. Should allow more expedition companies on there, so it is a tough mountain. It's not as dangerous, but the chance of success is low on it. I don't think a lot of people die in Denali, but a lot of people turn around, and that sucks because you have only once a year you can go there, and then it's expensive and everything. So there's a really good chance that I might not be able to do it because of weather. People die in Denali, but it's not known to be a mountain that is killing you. It's just the mountain doesn't allow you to climb, most of the time, and you do what the mountain allows us to do. So see if she allows us to climb it, we do it. If not, we turn around. So after 7 summit, I gotta do 2 8,000 meter. I want to do Ko'oyo this September, which is in Tibet, and I want to do Gusher Broom, which is in Karakoram next year. Next summer in 2025, I want to do Gusher Broom 2, which is, I always like to climb in Pakistan in the Karakoram range. It's very beautiful. Those fires that go there, it's next to K2. I want to climb G2. They're easier. Choyo and G2, they're easier than others. They're still, 28,000 feet mountain. They're still mountain, but heavy mountains, but they're easier. The death rate is really low on them. Less avalanche and stuff. So I want to climb that. And then there's another one that I want to do. It's called the Snow Leopard Award, Snow Leopard Challenge, so that you climb 5 mountains in the former Soviet Union countries like Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Central Asia. They're all above 7,000 meters. There are also 4 of them are easy. One of them is very, very challenging and technical. So I might actually do that next year. I come up with different projects. I mean, life is all about projects. You have to define a project and then go through that project, either 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. So trading is a project that you started, might take you 5 years. My 7 Summit I started in 2018, 19. So it's a 5-6 year project. And, you do that after finish, you start a new project in your life and say, okay, I'm going to do that, time to time, join a community that supports you in that. Then you go through that. But I think for me, in terms of climbing, it would be those two 8,000-meter, Broom and Choyo, and a snow leopard. I want to do that. I have to read more about that dangerous one, because if it's like K2, I don't want to die for a snow leopard award, but that kind of project. But I'll see. No, K2. I don't like to try K2 mountain. It's just not worth it. Like 30% of the people die there. Like from every climber, look at the left, right. One of us dies. What do you think? Come on, man. I don't want to take that chance. Like Everest is 5%. You still, you have a bet on it, but I don't want to die in K2. And there's a famous picture last year that there was a guy who died, and then they were just walking over him. So come on, like this is just not working. It's a mountain. You don't have to die for it like that. Very bad risk to reward, Elvin. I like that. K2 is like going all in one of these penny stocks that Ross Cameron trades is like that. Come on. Very bad risk to reward.
Yeah, I like that. The risk to reward. It applies to life too. AMD's really rolling over here. It's going to bounce here off the VWAP probably. So I told you about I mentioned about Tesla failing at PDC. Still below there. Came up to it, couldn't get through it. So had a little bit of a pullback on Tesla. Now it's maybe going to try to get through PDC again. As I said, I think AMD is going to bounce here a bit. $162 is the VWAP. Okay, there's the bounce. Google's holding up. Yeah, still at 174. Well, small bounce on AMD. Sellers back at it right away. What did Meta ended up doing? Kind of chopping. Now it's popping up. It's gotten through the VWAP. Pretty choppy. Tesla, nice trade on Tesla. And the SPY, Hector, way to go. Yeah, SPY is popping now. We're back to high of day. Qs are popping, so maybe we're going to get a rally here. There we go. Oh, look at it. Yeah, AMD. I knew it was going to go there. I knew it was going to lose that level. Didn't short it though. There was a big bid right there at just under 162, and now we got some big bids further down here that have just shown up. And lightening up a bit though. Tesla's moving back up. It's right back at PDC. Tesla actually may go higher here. Again, rejection at PDC, previous day close. All right. Well, I'm not thinking. I'm still not seeing anything I really want to trade here. Everything's pretty choppy. AMD might be putting in a bottom here. Tesla's just struggling to get above PDC. BA, what's BA doing? Oh, BA's rocking, eh? BA was really struggling. I think I've got some, I still have my 260 calls that I'm short, and I'm short 170 puts. The 170 puts expire end of this week again. Okay, NVIDIA's maybe finding a bit of a bottom here. It may start to rally. So the buying brigade's coming in. Let's see what Walmart did. I didn't want to trade Walmart today just because it's a NYSE stock. Doesn't usually trade that cleanly. Amazon, what's Amazon doing? Amazon looks really choppy. It is kind of forming a bit of a pennant here. There it goes. AMD is popping now. What's NVIDIA doing? Probably going up as well. Qs are trying to, SPY is trying to move up here. SPY is looking pretty strong. AMD's on the move. Here we go. Maybe 163. Right. Well, I'll be looking for another options trade here in a little while. Not quite. Usually like to wait till about 11 o'clock Eastern time. Usually like to sell. Probably will be looking to sell some puts on either the Qs or the SPY. But it looks like we've got another sort of day where buyers are going to step in here. The SPY looks a little bit better than the Qs right now, anyway. So the options I'll use will be 0 DTEs, like in other words, they'll be expiring end of the day. Could look at 528s or 529s, see what kind of premium we get for them right now. Not very good on the 528s. $529s get 3 cents. Oh, look at that. Look at AMD go right through 163. AMD's back rocking. Same with NVIDIA. AMD's going to 164. It's back to high of day. It's high of day here. High of day 163.77. And we stalled out there. got any economic data coming up here? Today we had jobless claims, 9:15, industrial production, that's come and gone. Spanish. What did you trade there? Oh, nice. Got a pop on Mara. Nice opening range breakout. People that can trade Mara, I just have had it. AMD put. I mean, you could sell some AMD puts. And then buy some puts below it to protect yourself, because you don't. But let's see what AMD is looking like here on a daily chart. $150 looks pretty solid. We're kind of breaking out. We've kind of done an inverse head and shoulders on AMD. If you look at the daily chart, there's a low that happened, sort of April 23rd, 24th. Then we made a new low early May, and then we came back up and made a higher low sort of May 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and now we're breaking out of this head and shoulders pattern. So this neckline here, is around 160 actually. So I mean, if you really felt convicted with options trade, you could do a sell a 160 put and buy like a 165 call. That's like super bullish. It's a trade you can put on for nothing, probably, or close to nothing. But the downside is, of course, if it drops below 160, you're going to have to buy those shares. But right now, AMD looks really solid here. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful move right into this pool of liquidity here at 164. For some of the newer people, I mean, when you see large bids or large asks, it's usually, when you see a large bid or a large ask, I should say, if you see a large ask, you would think, okay, well, it's never going to get there. There's people selling, but it's actually the opposite of what you think. Usually large pools of sellers on a stock that's moving up is a good sign, because it's usually people are expecting it to go there. So they put their orders in, and that's it's almost like a magnet. And there you go. We're going through. We go through 164 now on AMD. We're already through high of day. AMD hit the target. Yeah, I know we had a big pullback. The market's kind of influenced that pullback a bit, because we did get a pullback on the market about the same time. We got another big ask at 165. Oh, Tesla finally broke out. All right. Well, Carlos, I think we can call it a day here on YouTube.
Yes,
Put in
sir.
an hour.
Yep.
So everybody out there, I hope you all had a good day. Like, subscribe, and even if you want, consider joining us. So that's it. Great day, everybody.
Guys over on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow again at 8:30. Have an amazing trading day. We'll see you.
Right on. Cheers.